You can't go wrong with Now It's Dark.
10 Best Found Footage Horror Movies. Found footage horror has grown in popularity since the success of the Blair Witch Project, with dozens of movies now utilizing the approach to add tension and draw audiences in. Found footage is the technique of telling a story through the use of material that has supposedly been discovered. The people behind the cameras are also the characters featured in the story, with natural movement, conversations between those filming and the subjects, and occasionally other recorded footage as well, including security cameras. Although found footage existed as a technique in filming before the Blair Witch Project made this method popular and highlighted just how effective it can be for horror, it was used decades earlier in other films. For example, the 1980 banned film, The Cannibal Holocaust, employed the technique well to create an ominous and horrifying story, but due to the extreme nature of some of the content, it does not appear on this list. The following films all utilize the technique in brilliant and creative ways to tell a horror story that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. 1. The Blair Witch Project, 1999. The Blair Witch Project popularized the found footage method of filmmaking, thanks to the lengths the creatives went to trying to make the story appear real. The film had a website where false newsreels and footage were included to advertise the missing students, and at film festivals where the film was shown, the filmmakers would hand out flyers requesting people to come forward with information about the missing students. All of this worked well as the film was picked up and given a wider release, quickly getting widespread attention and becoming a classic horror film. 2. Wreck, 2007. When a reporter and her cameraman are filming at a local firehouse for a TV show, the firehouse gets an emergency call-out. Angela and Pablo go with them to the emergency and upon arriving, they discover an elderly woman in her apartment who has become highly aggressive. The building is sealed off with the team inside, and the residents of the building begin to panic as a virus spreads among them. Wreck is a solid entry in the found footage horror genre. 3. Lake Mungo, 2008. The highly reviewed Lake Mungo focuses on a family devastated by the death of their 16-year-old daughter. After her tragic drowning, the family begins to notice strange occurrences around their home, and their son, Matthew, sets up cameras to capture evidence. As the story unfolds, Matthew admits to staging some of the events to get his sister's body exhumed and get his mother some much-needed closure. However, he inadvertently catches more on camera than he planned. The film is a rabbit hole of mysteries and an interesting combination of discovering the past through the present. 4. Host, 2020. Continuing the trend of found footage horror on a computer screen, Host follows a group of friends in a weekly Zoom call that they have during the COVID-19 pandemic. Haley, one of the friends, has organized for the group to partake in an online seance. Although they are warned to not disrespect the spirits that may join them, one of the girls makes up a story and things begin to quickly devolve. This movie was actually fully shot on Zoom with the actors controlling each of their own scenes, while an off-screen director gave directions remotely during the lockdowns. 5. Hell House LLC, 2015. The first entry in the trilogy, Hell House LLC, follows a group of Halloween haunted house creators who are preparing for the opening of a new attraction and tour, but things go terribly wrong and as a result, 15 people end up dead. This film frames the incident as a documentary with found footage of what really went wrong on that night. An interesting blend of a false documentary and found footage film that creates high tension, and the mystery of one horrific night is slowly revealed, but the horrors don't end there. 6. V/H/S/2, 2013. An anthology found footage series featuring a series of different stories with one frame narrative, V/H/S/2, and the rest of the V/H/S franchise is a different approach to found footage horror. The second entry is one of the best of the series with a tight narrative that builds tension and slowly develops behind the scenes. The short films featured throughout range in quality, considering each has different actors, directors, and teams behind them, but combined, it makes up a solid horror story. 7. Paranormal Activity, 2007. Paranormal Activity is about a young couple who begin to have inexplicable encounters with a supernatural force. Katie tells Micah that she has had similar encounters since she was a young child. Micah decides to act practically and install several cameras around the home to document and capture any odd occurrences. The film then follows these cameras and Micah documents what is happening and reviews the old footage to try and get answers, but things only get worse. Paranormal Activity also had a viral marketing campaign which helped launch its success. 8. As Above, So Below, 2014. A group of curious explorers embarks on a mission to explore the catacombs deep beneath Paris in As Above, So Below. As they record their adventure, they find themselves trapped inside a supernatural nightmare haunting them with secrets from their past and terrifying monsters. The narrow spaces and claustrophobia induced by cramped caves add to the incredible tension that this found footage horror delivers. 9. Spree, 2020. Stranger Things star Joe Keery dons a very different character in Spree. Keery plays Kurt, a rideshare driver obsessed with going viral. In an effort to gain more attention online and build an audience, Kurt plans to start killing his passengers while recording for content and live streaming. Kurt's plan works, but the journey is tense and terrifying, with his overly positive and playful nature twisted into a killer story. 10. The Visit, 2015. M. Night Shyamalan's contribution to the found footage horror landscape, The Visit, is as disturbing as it is brilliant. When two teens are sent to stay with their estranged grandparents while their mother goes on a cruise with her boyfriend, they find their grandparents acting strangely. Things become increasingly disturbing and distressing as hidden truths come to light, and the kids capture more than they bargained for in their attempt at making a family documentary. Thanks for watching this video. Please consider hitting the like button and subscribing.